then like here, I want these to be flush with this. So I'm going to put that one there. And this one, as you notice, it's not going to be flush. So I need to turn it a little bit. See? There we go. Now what I want to do is pick up this entire piece. So while I'm in building mode, remember you reach building mode, normal building mode with the control key. If you want God view, you use the H key so you're looking down on everything. So we're going to grab this here. We're going to Alt, left click. Whoops. I forgot to turn my stones off. And what I want to do here, I'm going to have trouble getting up here to put, you saw how I was having trouble getting this one. So I'm going to plan a little ahead of time here. And let's see, I want to put you right about there. Then I'm going to make myself a set of stairs. Just do that. There we go. Alt, left click, that. I gotta, you notice my number 4 is lit up. I gotta unlight that, otherwise it keeps laying stones. And there you go. Now I can pick these up. Just put those down for the moment. Oh, come on. So what happens when you got bad hands? So now I want to rotate it. Lock it into place. There you go. Now I can pick this up and carry it with me. And what I want to do is I need one in the very back. You see I've got that aligned up there. So I know this grid row right here is my basic straight back. And then we're going to hit our 4 key, because that's where my stones are. Going to turn my 4 key off. I'm going to line this up and bring it right to there. Remember, we want to keep that right on that grid row. And then lock it into place. There we go. Now at that point, we know this is our central grid point here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So our center would be 13. I'm counting underneath this pillar here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's going to put me roughly center. Line that up there. So this is my center point here roughly. And here, hit my 4 key. Now I know I've got this grid here. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. You can go by the microgrids, but we want this to look more natural, so we don't want it to look machine-made to where everything is so perfectly aligned. But we do want it to get it aligned to where it would resemble what we're trying to create. Turn off my 4 key again. Pick these up. Set that there. 4 key. Take this one. I want to run it down to this end. There we go. Now once again, I've got my center point. I've got my center points. Now I want to run one here, one there, and one there. If you have trouble stacking it on top, just grab it there. Whoops. Grab it and put it up that way. You don't have to go directly linear all the way up. This is where things are not, you can't do it by an increment. As you notice, it doesn't matter which way I go, I'm going to be sticking out a little. So that's just the program itself. But I can get it fairly close. I'm quite sure you can find many YouTubes. I'm basically new to the game. So I'm sure you can find many YouTubes that will show you possibly even better ways of doing this. here we are. It's set up. I put in the rest of the pillars. Then I went into what we call God or aerial mode, H key. I put in my stone pillars around. Once I got those situated where I wanted them, I knew I wanted to put 4 doorway or light directional stands. So those are 3 high and 3 across. What I'm doing with that is I'm going back to a theoretical archaeological reconstruction of. So this is the basic format, and what I want to do eventually is sink those stone pillars where they're down and in the proper positioning. This is my one tall stone. That's my altar or marker stone. And I can visualize the average sizes of this because I have been there. I mean, I've stood next to these things. I know approximately how tall they are when you're standing next to it, and that's what I based my basic stack height and so on for this. This is a bit shorter, smaller, but it uses less resources this way. And there you go, a basic stone hinge. Very basic, but it's a good starter. I have found a lot of the videos to be confusing for beginners, because like in one of them, it's a very good video, but the individual's like, lay this down, then call up my burger, cancellation, move this to here, combine, move it. And that is their instructions. Well, if I don't understand what they mean by cancellation or which keys to push or whatever, then it makes that entire video useless for me. I had to go watch different videos and go backtracking to find videos that explained what cancellation was, that explained what stacking was. And it makes it very, very difficult, not difficult, but extremely time consuming for the individual trying to learn this. And in many cases, if I was not such a stubborn mule in getting stuff or learning things, I probably would have switched to a different game. And we don't want that. So this is one reason I made this one as a very basic step 1, glitch these stones together. That's it. I'm stacking, I'm glitching these corners, these corner pieces. You see it fluttering right there. I'm glancing those pieces together. That's it. Very basic. And hopefully, as I learn this, I will do more very, very basic baby step-by-step tutorials. I'm using other people's information. I'm using other people's videos as references. I cannot list everybody on every video where I may have pulled 20 or 30 videos to learn a particular technique because they were so unclarified on some of the steps on what they were doing, or just take it for granted you know what they're talking about. And maybe it translates well into English, but the videos would not translate well even under CC, closed caption, to say into German or Japanese. And so terms and terminology people seem to forget may not mean the same thing when it's translated. And so I'm hoping that by doing these baby steps, then new people coming in anyway, will be able to grasp the basic concepts and build up from there. I'm not trying to reproduce what other people have done and claim it as my own. I'm not trying to say I found a better way. I certainly have not. Okay? However, when you find a video that goes in, oh, this is we've set down a template to make a stone circle and we've done this, 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 and you're going, but how did you do it? That is the key problem. So now I will go in and research how to get further, because I do have some of the videos saved, research how to improve this glitching technique for this particular circular formation. And then I will post that in baby steps. And then we'll go on to something else. But it's going to be, people are trying to, in these videos, well, I've got 4 different ways that you can float something and 3 different ways to sink something, and it's really nice, but you're trying to limit a lot of information into a 15-minute clip. And it will not work well that way unless the individual is already indoctrinated into the procedure terms and terminology. Basic Teaching 101. So anyway, off and running. I hope that you have found this useful and maybe enlightening, that when you do your advanced videos, you take some of these points into consideration. Ciao for now.